Techno here, and we're looking at yet another character that fits into that Animal House theme. That's right, it is the Figma of Hololive EN's Takanashi Kiara, everyone's favorite Phoenix. And yeah, just look at all this posing on the boxes. It's really, really rad. She just came out relatively recently, and I am really looking forward to getting her open and taking a look and seeing what all we have in this box. You know, aside from Gwyneth Paltrow's head, because as we all know, that's always in the box. So, let's get her open, and let's start taking a look at her, shall we? Kiara, honestly, of the different Myth Girls, she is probably my favorite of the group, honestly. So, yeah, I'm really, really impressed with just all the success that she's had over the course of her career for several years now. And, yeah, so let's get all this plastic off here. Let's liberate her from her shell and get all this, all this plastic out. And you can see here, as I'm pulling all this up, just all the wonderful, wonderful detail they did on here. Like the Figmas for the Hololive girls there. I've got, Pecora and Marine as well, outside of, the Gura and Callie that I showed yesterday. But, yeah, they've all been very good in terms of recreating the actual 2D models. Just getting all the details in there. And I guess since there's 3D references now, too, that makes everything that much easier. But yeah, so let's take a look at Kiara, shall we? And let's look at all the details. I mean, like, the first thing that jumps out, obviously, is that smile is right there. She has, just that default smile that you expect on Kiara. It's just, yeah, it's pretty much perfect. Like, just that resting face. It's fantastic, yeah. And yeah, and they got the outfit pretty well here. You got the straps that go down over there. You have to hold the skirt on. Although, interestingly, it looks like the skirt is not... Interesting, the skirt is sitting a little bit lower on this side. I think it's its own piece. Oh yeah, it is. It's just not... It just needs to ride up a little bit more. Because yeah, the way it is right now, the way it's sitting, yeah, it looks like this one is unstrapped and the skirt is just kind of sitting down a little bit. I don't know if that's deliberate or not. Oh no, it is, I think. It's just kind of funny, that's all. So that, yeah, this one strap looks like it's detached the way that it's all posed out. And you can see here, we have her belt with her henshin device. People forget that she is a tokusatsu hero in that respect. But yeah, let's see. We got all the little details. You got the chef's hat. You got the other hat. Just the earrings are all there. Like, the little wings on the back of the outfit there too. So let's look at posability on her, shall we? Yeah. I mean, head can go down and up. It's similar head construction here, looking at it, to the way they did Gura's head. So yeah. And just even look at the back of the hair there, just with the two-tone there. Hair does articulate upwards, that said, and it goes up that much, so we can have her, still looking up a fair amount. We can have her looking right up like that, so that's great. What else? Shoulders. Shoulders go up. We have that little bit of a butterfly there still, and they go round. Hold up, let's get this down. Get this ball joint down and around. Yep. Swivels there, and then yeah, comes up and around like so. So we can get her in some good idle poses. Like, I mean, like this already looks like, as I'm posing her, it looks like I'm putting her in poses that she would do herself, which is great. Like, I even like how the butterfly joints can go up and down a little bit too. Like, just have the shoulders raise and lower just a little bit there. It's nice. But yeah, we have a ball joint here at the, at the elbow. So a little more posable than Gura there. Yeah, I guess they went for this style because her sleeves are just, that much closer to the body. And yeah, so we have that there. Sculpt is pretty good. We've got the ball joint there for the hands. Wrists. This should be a bit more stable in the way they did that on Gura there. So that's pretty good. Let's see what else. Yeah. A decent amount of articulation up here. She can look around to the side. Yeah. Pretty well done over here. What else? Hips. Yeah, hips. Hips go out only to about here, so she's not super dexterous. I mean, that's just because of the way the skirt is done here. And again, it looks like the skirt is kind of like, yeah. Oh, okay, yeah, it looks like it's detached itself a little bit, so I need to swing this up just a little bit here. it looks like the skirt is just sitting just slightly too low on mine. Like, you can see there that it's sculpted here where this is supposed to actually, like, slot in there. So the skirt is just sitting a little bit too low. Interesting. Oh, and that popped off. But, oh well. Anyway, there, yeah, so that's about the limits of her articulation there. For the actual hips going outwards, we can get them up reasonably enough just by making use of all the articulation there, but that skirt is a little bit of a limiter in terms of her flexibility. Yes, that's a little bit of a negative, but I don't know. You would have to do the skirt with like a cut in it or something like that, and it might be a little bit short for doing that. Again, it's a little bit of a negative that the skirt is riding down a little bit there on that side. Let's see, we have that swivel there. We have, decent amount of articulation here. They've got that popped off again. Yeah, we got a cut right there, to get some good kick articulation out of her. What else? We got that ankle tilt. Ankles up and down and tilting. So, yeah, very good amount of posability. You can definitely get her in some good idle poses. Just with some kicks up there. Just waving. You can see this here. It's very easy to get Kiara into poses that fit her character very, very well. Fit her personality very well. We got a bunch of our accessories in here too. I'm going to show off the heads at first. Like all the other Figmas that you generally get there, it's a fairly standard way of swapping out the faces. And Kiara, the retail version comes with 2 faces. There was another face available if you ordered through Good Smile directly. I did not. Actually, it's just a case of I just waited too long to do that. But yeah, we have the freaked out face here. Again, this is like a very Kiara face right here. Just her freaking out at something. Like, this is great. It looks fantastic. What else? Quoi d'autre? Yeah, we got that face there. And we've got this face back here, which we're going to plug in. And this is just her with her... her closed eyes there. She's a little bit disappointed. She's going, I don't know about this, but yeah, it looks good. Good face. Yeah, all the other accessories, I am going to need to swap hands in order to properly show those, I think. So we're going to do that as well. I'm just going to put her default face back in here because this is probably the one I'm going to pose her with. So let's keep digging into the box. Let's dig out more Gwyneth Paltrow head. And let's start by detaching the Figma stand off the back. Since she doesn't come with a little companion like Gura does, she does have a standard Figma stand. Oh. So nothing really fancy there. Just your standard accessory count that you would get here. Your standard stand. Your whole runner of extra hands. Your, emergency joints for the wrists. I do appreciate that Good Smile does do those emergency wrist joints, incidentally. I have actually had one instance where I did need to use that on a figure, so that was very, very much appreciated. Yeah, so we'll get that out here, and we're going to want to get the hands out too. Because I need to show off some of the accessories, and I'm going to need the hands to show off those accessories properly. And yeah, and then we've got, of course, over here, we have the stand arm. So let's get that out as well. Arm right there. And I'm just going to grab the little back piece over here, too, for the arm. I didn't use it on Gura, but I think I will use it on her. Anyway, let's dig into stand and accessories and stuff. Get her on the stand so we can show all that stuff more easily. So yeah, as I said, standard Figma stand. Bring this up here. Bring this piece in here so that we can just get it up like that. Or what I actually like to do for my Figma stands there is, I don't always do it, but I'll bring them in like this sometimes just so that doesn't stick out the back. Won't work. Yeah, and so then it's just riding between, but I don't think I'll do that right now. I'll just stick with the standard way of doing it. And yeah, just gonna plug in back over here. Let's see. Yeah, it's just plugs straight in back there. It's not going in very well. I actually might want to just, might be easier to just put this piece in here. because this one doesn't seem to want to be going in super well. Oh. All right, let's try this again. There we go. It's just not going in very well. It's just the hole in the back is not quite as conducive to stands as say Gura's was. So yeah, so we're gonna put this in here, and we're gonna put this back on here. And yeah, this is the fun with doing these live unboxings, that you get all these little flubs like this here when you're doing them. So yeah, so we'll get it like this here. All right, and now Kiara is on her stand, and you can already see here, just based off how high the arm is going, it just really highlights how much taller she is than Gura. As I try and actually get her to stay on this stand. She clearly does not like JoJo characters super well if she is struggling with stands. She's, not a JoJo fighter. She is, the more tokusatsu hero type, even though that doesn't come up a lot. But yeah, so we've got her on her stand right now, and let's start taking a look at the accessories and the hands. We got some pointing hands, we got some gripping hands, and it's those gripping hands that we are going to want to be using. It looks like there's 2 sets of gripping hands here that are very similar to each other. They're incredibly similar. There's very slight differences. But yeah, I think I know what those differences are going to be. But yeah, let's take a look here. So we got this hand here. She comes with a sword and with a shield. These are accessories that have existed since her debut that, let's see which hand works best for the sword and shield. But, let's see. Might be this one that goes better with the sword. But yeah, these are accessories that go back to day 1 for her, and there's things that I don't think she uses all that often, but they are there. It just fits into the tokusatsu vibes of her original design. Provided we can actually get this hand open and get it gripping. Oh, wait, there we go. That's how. Okay, so we can pop this back bit out here, and now we should be able to just slide this right in. Yeah, that's going to be way easier to do that. So yeah, okay. So that's so much easier. So now we pop this back in, and now she's got her sword gripped. And then we just... We pop this out. Avoid pricking myself with the sword like I just did. And pop the tiny little sword in there. Again, I really do like that classic sword of hers. It's got a very, tokusatsu vibe to it. It feels like something that would be sold in stores as like a roleplay item. And then the shield here, shield is just going to go on her arm. I'm just trying to figure out how this is supposed to actually mount. Because you can see all the straps there, and there's the stuff for holding it. Let's look at I'm just looking at this here, and... Okay, I think it's just a standard that this is supposed to just slide up on the arm, like so. And then you would swap the hand out with another one probably to grip it, but... Let's just see, does this come... No, this is solid piece here, so that's not going to come off. I guess what we could do here is, we could just pop it off like that there. And now that we've done that, we should be able to just get this in over here. Put this back on, and there, now she's got her shield. And we could probably put a different hand in here to grip this. I'm not going to bother doing that right now. But yeah, we can just do that there. Holds the shield pretty well, even without like a hand there to stabilize it. She does have the feature as well too, looking at the box, that is on her original concept for this, where we can take the sword out. Grab this here. We can take the sword here, and it does store in the shield. So it just stores in like that, slides in like that there. It's not going to stay in there if you turn it upside down, but I mean, it does store, so that's cool. And then we got one more accessory for Kiara. She comes with 2 drumsticks right here. Are these drumsticks? I think these are chicken. Yeah, these are chicken drumsticks right here, I think there. And And, that just fits with the whole KFP vibe that she has there. So there, we got her holding this drumstick right there. It looks like it's missing skin on the top there, but, it fits into the hand just like that. Again, I don't know what the difference between these two hands are in terms of, which one to use for which. Like, the hands are very, very similar. Maybe if I looked at the instructions, it would be very evident. Maybe it's even just like the angle that they're cut at there. But yeah, it is really, really cool. So let's do some comparisons, shall we? So I don't have quite as much to show off with Kiara because, well, her Nendoroid isn't out yet, but I can show her off with her wave mates in the Figma scale. So here she is next to Gura, and you can see just the big difference there in terms of actual scale. And of course, here she is with Callie. And you can see, again, that they're very consistent with getting all the actual Hololive scale for everybody there. Like, Kiara is pretty tall. Callie is also up there in terms of height. And then Gura is just the short stack right over there. As a group, these all look really good together. They're quite fantastic together there, yes. And of course, because I need to do the comparison, here she is next to the custom Transformers figure I did of her several years ago. You can see here that obviously I went a little bit too dark on the skin tones when I did this. Like, that is a thing that if I were to redo it, I would do differently. But this was a lot of fun to do. I didn't have quite as good reference as I do now if I were to do it again. But these two do look pretty cool together though, all the same. So anyway, that is the Figma of Takanashi Kiara, and a nice Figma it is, just like Gura's was. Definitely something I'd recommend picking up if you're a fan of the VTuber. So yeah, this is a good way to close off day 17, and we are almost done with the Animal House theme. What's it going to be tomorrow? Stay tuned!